There are times when I counsel people or coach people or even talk to my friends and walk them through a process that I've been through before myself. And normally it's centered around relationships. And when I say create distance, immediately, whether I'm single or not, or they feel like I'm stronger or however, they're always like, I'm not you, Othella. I can't just pick up and go. I can't just make the choice. I don't want to be alone. You can do all those things. And it can be temporary. Because what each of them find out is that what that person has decided not to give you, someone else is excited about giving it to you. And it's so innate in them that you won't even have to tell them to give it to you. They'll just be doing it. And if you don't heal yourself, your trauma will get scared and get very fearful, because you'll be like, how do they know? Should I be allowing them to do this? You learn what you tolerated prior, what you were conditioned to tolerate prior, when you move into your next set of relationships. This is friendships, this is romantic relationships, this is even work relationships. I have literally went to a job. I remember working at a job where we were constantly busy. I was constantly doing things, right? And the things that I was doing wasn't as even important as when I moved to the new job. My job was so seamless that when they showed me what it was I was supposed to do, I said, that's it? They said, yeah, we just need you to do this one thing, right? So I was working in HR. 8 hours of straight just entering stuff in. Sometimes eat my lunch at my desk. Sometimes I would need to walk across the building and go get paper because I was like, I need to get away from this desk. I moved into credit card services where I was in the rush department. I literally was rushing credit cards out to banks, which meant I was a small department, small compared to everybody else in the building. I was a small department that handled less than everybody else, less volume, but I was paid more because it needed to go out. I was in the rush department. It needed to be rushed out. Okay. So the hardest part of my job was staying on the departments where my credit cards were coming from to make sure I had them in time to get them out the door. But it was only a few cards. Every now and then I would have a stack of cards, like a whole row. But literally it was only a few cards, because it's like when you lose your credit card or your debit card and you need that, the bank rushes it out to you. You needed to get there in a certain amount of time. You may pay for it to be overnighted. You may pay for it to come in a couple of days, but otherwise it may come in 7 to 10 business days. I was in that department. I was making more than the other departments, doing less work. How did I get that position? I made a choice. I decided that what I was doing was no longer for me. I applied at the company. They hired me on the spot. I didn't have to go through multiple interviews. Everything that's for you will be in flow. You won't have to work hard for it. The only resistance that you might come into is the things outside of you that's used to you sacrificing and selling your soul to be present for it. Anything that takes away from you not being all of yourself and things that, benefit from your trauma, all those things will have an issue. It will be resistant. But what's for you will flow like you've never seen it flow before. It will be breathtaking. And if you have worthiness issues, you will suffer just a little bit. Because you'll literally be like, oh my gosh, is this real? When you come to the understanding that there are things that you need in this moment, it doesn't mean it won't change. It may mean that when you get it, you realize, I just needed it for this moment. And it won't mean that you will no longer need that person. It just means that that person is able to evolve with you as you evolve. I may have days when I might need somebody to make me some soup. And all the other days, I may take care of them. But I need someone to know me well enough to know that that's where I'm at. Or even someone to be a safe enough space that when I come into awareness of what I need, that I can ask for it and allow it without someone making me feel bad or making me feel as though I owe them something. And that is what you deserve. And so much more. Part of my healing journey was recognizing what my exes contributed to me in a good way. We can complain about who that person was, but there's some aspect of us that's been taught that if we talk about the things that were good, we may want them back. No, we just enjoyed those attributes. You don't have to want the whole person back. You can just enjoy, I love the fact that we used to cuddle. It don't have to be specific to that person. You just learn that you love to cuddle. And that's okay. Like, learning these lessons is important because it helps you piece together who you are at your core, who your foundational person is, and what your non-negotiables are, and what your negotiables are. Because the ones that are negotiables are normally the ones that you are willing to grow out of, expand beyond. So there's somebody who knows that you're their cup of tea. The moment they meet you, you won't have to second guess it. You won't have to sell yourself. You won't have to convince them. You won't have to sell your soul. You won't have to give an offering. You won't have to kiss their feet, kiss the ground they walk on. They just will know it. And so will you.